Question number 5. So question number 5 wants us to convert from standard form to vertex form, okay? So the standard form, all right, of a quadratic looks a little bit like this, where it's y equal ax squared plus bx plus c, okay? So we need to convert it from the standard form that it's given in into something called vertex form, which looks a little bit like this. But this might be confusing for you, so I'm going to try to make it as easy as possible, okay? So when we're given the standard form for a quadratic, all right, so it needs to make sure it's in standard form where it looks like that ax squared plus bx plus c, okay? So now we're going to set up vertex form. So when you set up vertex form, we're going to write y is equal to parentheses x some number, parentheses squared, and some number beside of the y. So every single time that you do this question, guys, this is going to be the setup, all right? So again, for this next question, we can have that same setup, y equal parentheses x, some number, parentheses squared, some number, all right? And let's do the next setup for the next question, y equal parentheses x, some number, parentheses squared, some number. All right? So now we're going to try to figure out how do we utilize this setup. All right? So the first thing you're going to always do, guys, is whatever your constant is, so that's the number that neither has an x squared nor an x, you're going to bring it down. Okay? So again, the first thing I'm going to do is bring down my constant. Okay? Now I'm going to try to figure out what's going to go on this line, okay? So what I'm going to do, guys, is that I'm going to look at my middle term, okay? Whatever my middle term is, I'm going to cut it in half, okay? So half of positive 14 is positive 7, okay? Now I'm going to bring this positive 7 to this other side, all right? However, I'm not bringing only the 7, I'm bringing 7 squared. So I need to multiply that 7 by itself, okay? So 7 multiplied by 7 is 49. However, I don't want this positive 49 over here. So I need to move this positive 49 to the right side where the like term is. So to do that, I'm going to subtract 49, okay, on both sides of my equations, okay? So this 49 cancels itself out, and we're left with y is equal to parentheses x plus 7 parentheses squared, don't forget the squared, and now we're going to calculate what negative 15 minus 49 is. Negative 15 minus 49 is negative 64, all right? And we now have brought it to vertex form. So again, guys, this is vertex form, okay? So when you type this in, you don't have to type the y, okay? All you would have to type in is parentheses x plus 7 parentheses squared and minus 64, all right? However, now you need to try to find the vertex. But it's easy to find the vertex, okay, because your vertex is a coordinate, okay, which is an x and y value. To figure out the x value, you do the opposite of the number inside of the parentheses, okay, and the opposite of a positive 7 is a negative 7, okay, and to figure out the y value, okay, of that coordinate, you do the same as the number on the outside. So same as a negative 64 is a negative 64. And that would represent the coordinate for my vertex. Okay? So let's try the next one. So again, we already have our setup. So now let's use our setup. Okay? So again, the first thing you're going to do, guys, is whatever your constant is, I'm going to bring it down. Okay? So again, including that positive sign. Okay? Now I need to figure out what's going to go inside of my parentheses. So I'm going to look at the middle number, all right, and I'm going to cut it in half. Half of negative 8 is negative 4, okay? So now I'm going to bring this negative 4 to the other side, but I'm not only bringing negative 4, I'm bringing negative 4 squared. So I need to multiply that negative 4 by itself, okay? So negative 4 multiplied by negative 4 is positive 16. But do I want this positive 16 over here? No, okay? So I need to move this positive 16 to the other side. So I'm going to need to subtract that 16 on both sides of my equations, okay? So this gets canceled, all right? And we end up having y remaining equal parentheses x minus 4 parentheses squared. Don't forget the squared. And now we need to calculate what 15 minus 16 is. 15 minus 16 is negative 1. Because again, I'm taking more away than what I have. Okay? And that is my vertex form. Okay? So when I type that in, I would write the parentheses x minus 4 parentheses squared minus 1. You don't need to type the y because the y is already written for you. Okay? So now I need to find the coordinate for that vertex. Okay? So we know that our vertex is an x and y value. So to find the x value, you do the opposite of the number inside of the parentheses. And to find the y value, you do the same as the number on the outside. Opposite of a negative 4 is a positive 4. Same as a negative 1 is a negative 1. So my vertex will be positive 4, negative 1. So now let's do the next one, guys, okay? So I'm going to make you guys tell me what to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is, bring this down. Good job, guys. Okay? So what's the next thing I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to look at that middle number, cut it in half, and write a positive 4. So what am I going to do now? You're correct. Bring this to the other side. But I need to, you remember, good job, multiply by itself, okay? You get positive 16. Yep, now you're going to subtract 16 on both sides of the equations, and this gets canceled out. So what are you left with now? You got it. X plus 4, parentheses, don't forget the, good job, and negative 11 minus 16 gives me negative 27. Because it's like I'm getting more negative, because I'm subtracting from it. So I'm getting more negative. So negative 27. All right? So again, that's your vertex form. Do you have to type the y? No, you don't. Good job. Okay? Don't forget your squared, guys. Don't forget your squared. Okay? But we still need to find the coordinate for that vertex. And how do you find that coordinate, guys? Because again, it's an x and y value. How do I find the x? Yep, good job. You do the opposite of the inside number, opposite of a positive 4, negative 4. Good job. And you do the, same as the outside number. Same as the negative 27 is negative 27. And that's your vertex. All right? So again, guys, just like that.